Morning, ladies and gentlemen. I've got 10:02, so I call this meeting to order. We will begin, as usual, with an invocation followed by the pledges. Dear Lord, I come to you this morning and thank you for the start of another day, another week. Thank you, Lord, for the rain that we've gotten recently. Thank you for your many blessings upon us in this community. I pray that you would guide all the decisions of Commissioners Court today and in our many endeavors in the week ahead. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
The next item we have on our agenda is citizens' communication. Anyone who would like to address the court on any county-related issues, you're welcome to do so now.
Oh, I thought you was going up there. Sorry. I don't like to be greedy.
Morning, Michael.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. I'm
Morning.
Michael Vondro. I live at 2107 North Bend, Jordan. We have a problem with roaches and rats at Summerstone Apartments at 2107 North Bend, Jordan. We just found a dead rat on the sidewalk, and a tenant picked it up, which I wouldn't think that's a good idea, and threw it in the dumpster. And management isn't taking care of the dumpsters and stuff. There's trash and furniture and all kinds of stuff everywhere on both dumpsters, and management still isn't taking care of it. And what they'll do is they'll make an appointment to spray for roaches like on last Friday, and then no one shows up, and it's getting out of hand, and management don't want to take care of it. So I don't know if that's the health department's job to take care of these rats and roaches, or I reported it to code enforcement just this morning, but I would like the manager to take care of it. So far, she's turned a blind eye to this, and I would like her to take care of it. And also, a lot of the ice cream, they call it milk cream, and it's not ice cream. So if it don't taste good, that's because it's not ice cream. Breyers is one of the ones that did that, and it's just the way they are, and it's that what they're doing, they're cutting costs to save money, because when you're only making $20 million a year as the CEO, you got to cut costs, so you can make more and give your executives. It's hard when you're only making $5-6 million a year as executive, and you got to cut corners. So what they're doing, they're injecting air into the it's not ice cream anymore. It's called cream milk. Breyers is one of the ones that does that. It used to be a good ice cream, but now it's a milk cream. But the Green Cow Creamery uses really good actual ice cream. So I just went there because that Breyers did not taste very good. And a lot of people don't know that, but if it has like 20 zillion ingredients, it's probably not ice cream. Ice cream only has like 4 or 5 ingredients, and I would like to also that $200 million thing, that $240 million, I don't agree with, because I'm scared they're going to use that money for superintendent's pay raises. The last one was making $350,000 a year, and he sold his vacation for $50,000, so he made $400,000 a year in a small district, and from 22 to 23 they had a D rating in TEA, and 24 and 25 it went to a C rating. But I don't think people should get pay raises after the TEA gives the school district a D rating, but it did improve to a C rating, but still a C is not very good, because most people don't want to hire an average employee. They want someone above average. Well, thanks, and have a good morning.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir. I guess we can consider the ice cream thing county business since we all love ice cream, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, certainly.
And it affects every one of us,
It
so
does,
Second.
everybody.
germane to the discussion. Morning, David.
Morning.
Can't argue that. Good morning, Judge Commissioners. I want to introduce Cortland Ballard. She's our new county epidemiologist. She started last week. We saw with Dr. Rapata leaving. They're able to get about a weekend of training together to kind of bring her up to speed on how things work. She comes with us with 5 years, I think, with experience in epidemiology and
Wonderful.
some degrees from Texas Tech. So welcome her.
Awesome. Well, welcome aboard.
Welcome,
I know,
welcome.
Yeah, David had mentioned a couple of weeks ago, he had someone lined up to fill that role, and happy to have you here. The Health Department is a great place, great department within a great community, great county, so
Yes,
happy to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
thank you.
Awesome. So you came from, you were at another health department, I believe?
Yes, so the majority of my experience is in Oklahoma City with the Oklahoma City County Health Department.
Okay.
I left there last August probably, and I'm back being an epi, so I'm really excited.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Yes.
Well,
have
we're
to get
happy
you a
to have
Spurs
you here.
cap.
Welcome.
We had that discussion.
I'm actually a Rockets fan. But thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome to the team.
Welcome.
You're not a Spurs fan? Supposed to be a Spurs fan.
Other comments this morning in citizens' communication.
Happy birthday, Judge.
Happy birthday, Judge.
Happy birthday.
That's tomorrow, but thank you. I won't be here tomorrow. I try to take off on my birthday each year.
happy birthday.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it
There you go.
doesn't, so,
Party after court today.
Yeah, exactly.
thank you. Let's see, I don't see, well, Rick and Jen are not here, so an update on the screw worm situation, I guess that can be delayed a bit. Anything else in citizens' communication this morning? If not, we will move right along. Item number 4 is to consider approval of minutes and take appropriate action. Each of you have a copy of those minutes in your agenda packets.
Move for approval. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 5, consider approval of accounts payable and take appropriate action.
Accounts payable for June 8th, 2026 are $745,590.94. Supplemental payments are $658,474.15.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you, Michelle. Number 6 is to receive monthly and quarterly reports from various county officials and departments and take appropriate action.
Good morning. Today we have a list of offices, so it's not as good as last week's, which was nothing. Today we have reports from the county treasurer, district clerk, criminal district attorney, tax assessor collector, county auditor, sheriff, fire marshal, justices of the peace precincts numbers 1 through 4, constables precincts numbers 2 and 3, and pretrial services.
Move to receive.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 7, consider approval of bond forfeiture releases and take appropriate action.
We have none this morning.
Very good. Thank you, Heidi. Number 8 on our agenda is to consider approval of Citizens Medical Center interim vendor payments and take appropriate action. We each have the June 4th memo from our hospital showing interim vendor payments in the amount of $170,219.37. The ACH report on that same date totaled $2,012,079.60.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Our next item is a proclamation in commemoration of Flag Week. And I think the court did this last year. I can't remember. If not, it is worth doing now, worth doing going forward. The proclamation that Commissioners Court is issuing reads as follows. Whereas the largest amphibious military operation in world history began early on June 6, 1944, as over 150,000 American, British, and Canadian troops approached the Normandy beaches, codenamed Gold, Juno, Omaha, Sword, and Utah, as part of Operation Overlord, which later became known as D-Day. And whereas many Texans distinguished themselves on D-Day, including Aggie legend Earl Rudder, who was wounded leading the boys of Pointe du Hoc in an amazing combat mission scaling 100-foot cliffs to silence German artillery trained on the beachheads. And whereas the battleship Texas played a key role that day by maneuvering in range of heavy German guns to pummel the enemy, firing over 250 shells in barely 30 minutes. And whereas the youngest living combatants from D-Day are now in their 90s, making it more vital than ever for us to remember the generation who sacrificed to make the world safe for democracy and the over 10,000 Allied casualties from the Normandy landings. And whereas from the Normandy beaches to Iwo Jima and 1,000 places in between, the American flag has served as a powerful, recognizable, and tangible symbol of the United States and what our nation represents in both war and peace, at home and abroad. And whereas Flag Day on June 14th commemorates adoption of the design for the United States flag on June 14th, 1777 by resolution of the Second Continental Congress. And whereas prior to the United States entering World War I, President Woodrow Wilson issued a presidential proclamation in 1916 designating June 14th as Flag Day. And National Flag Day was officially created by an act of Congress in 1949 and set on June 14th. And whereas Flag Day this year also marks the 80th birthday of President Trump, and whereas while that Star-Spangled Banner inspired our national anthem and countless other songs and stories, its 50 stars and 13 stripes have become an enduring symbol of freedom, an iconic image of independence, and a treasured part of our American culture. Now therefore be it resolved that the Victoria County Commissioners Court does hereby proclaim June 6th through 14th as Flag Week in Victoria County, and we urge all citizens to reflect on the selflessness and sacrifice of the brave souls who landed at Normandy and to respectfully honor the flags of our fathers. Do we have a motion to approve
So
that
moved.
proclamation?
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Do we sign it? I guess not.
No, just one. Which we got.
Still hippie.
Do what?
Just still hippie.
That's it. Item number 10 is up there in importance, maybe a little below Flag Week, but not by much. John McNeil is in attendance today. We have on our agenda to appoint Dr. McNeil to the Citizens Hospital Board of Managers. Somebody told me, I thought he was already on the Citizens Board of Managers. Not quite. Close, but everybody here, I think, knows Dr. McNeil. He has, been a huge part of the county's success over the years as the county's, of course, health authority, which was in the public eye during COVID. Also, has been the jail physician over at the juvenile detention facility as well. Let's see, working with Diana at our county clinic. What else, John? It seems like
I think it would be easier to come up with the stuff he doesn't do.
that would be a shorter list. But we had an opening and have an opening on the hospital board, and in talking with the members of the court, we couldn't think of anyone better suited to serve on that board to lead the hospital. Going into the years ahead, John, of course, is, how long have you been over at Citizens in the ER and in other capacities, John? 26 years. Incredible service there, and I know we're very appreciative to Dr. McNeil for his service and his willingness to continue serving. The hospital board is, of course, an unpaid volunteer position, which takes time and effort, but those are things that Dr. McNeil has always freely given. I think back to our days in COVID, the 3 p.m. press briefings. I'm glad those days are behind us. But as far as this, yeah, we couldn't think of anyone better suited to serve in that role, Dr. McNeil. So we, with a motion to do so, will appoint you to the hospital board for a 2-year term. Anything you want to share with us, John? I hate to put you on the spot, but I guess you're used to it.
You know, I figured you may have a speech already prepared. We want to give you an opportunity to.
Thank you. But seriously, thank you for your trust, and I really appreciate that. You know, I've been a big part of that hospital for a long time, and I think it's the best place in town if you're sick. And, you know, I've been in the emergency department for many, many years, and that, as everyone knows, is pretty much the window to the community as far as
Right.
the hospital goes.
Yeah.
So I think that we're working hard. We're making some changes in the ER, and I think things are going really well. The hospital's working hard to do a lot of things that are important for our community, and I just thank you for your trust and your opportunity that you've given me.
Well, we thank you,
Yes,
John.
sir.
McNeil.
Do we have a motion?
So move.
Second.
All those
Doctor-
in favor of Dr. McNeil's appointment?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Motion approved.
Thank you, Dr. McNeil, for all you do for Victoria County.
Well,
Everybody
thank you.
appreciates it.
Well, I thank you
Yeah.
all for the trust and the opportunity
Yeah,
to
let's-
do it.
Yeah, let's do this.
Let's
Let's
get a
get a
picture.
photo.
Yeah, I can't believe I didn't get up to do that already.
A photo.
COVID's been a few years, and people need to see your smiling face, John, more. Yeah. Appreciate more fit. Thanks so much, John. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Why is it up? Need a haircut. What the hell's going on? My gel didn't work this morning? Okay, I'm going to the bathroom.
No.
All right. We will move right along in the agenda. Jenna, you weren't here while we were talking about citizens' communication. Is there anything screwworm or otherwise we need to know about? I guess we're up to only 2 cases now, or
Believe
unless there was a...
3.
3
I
as,
believe
okay.
3. Don't hold me to it, but good morning. We've been in close coordination with the state and all of the state agencies that are working diligently to combat and hopefully eradicate New World screwworm in the state of Texas for the second time. First one was in 1966. But being in close coordination with them, they are all hands on deck, from the Texas Animal Health Commission to the Department of Agriculture, Texas Parks and Wildlife, even down to TxDOT. They are doing everything that they can to quarantine any warm-blooded animals in the affected areas, the affected zones. And so while they're doing that, they're also making sure to push a lot of different information out for locals,
Yeah.
especially for those that are in possession of livestock, whether it be for business purposes or otherwise, and making sure that they're pushing information out, and also making sure with Department of State Health Services to ensure food safety. The food is safe. They're doing everything that they can to ensure that continuity. And so they are making sure to push out as much information as they can. And from the Victoria Emergency Management standpoint, we're doing everything that we can to make sure that we are getting the information. And as we start to share that information, we want to make sure that people are becoming informed, so that there is no misconception of what's going on. And so as we get more information, hopefully the containment sustains where, hopefully it doesn't affect more than it has. And we'll continue to update you as we get any information. But luckily, the state of Texas does what it does best, and it rallied to make sure all of the different organizations came together and they had a plan and they're moving forward with it. So not much of an update besides that they're doing everything that they can.
I read every road coming out of Zavala County has animal health, any road leaving the county, out of the Pryor, or everywhere,
Quarantine, yeah.
87,
Yes.
83.
They're working with
Yeah.
TxDOT and the Texas Animal Health Commission, and I think Texas.
Because I think
Parks
that's
and
where it's concentrated, the cases are right there right now.
Wildlife. Yes. And so if there is any forward movement, of course,
Sure.
everybody's going to make sure to take
All right.
preventative measures best
Let
they
them
can.
flies
All
out.
right, thanks for keeping us aware. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Jenna.
Thank you, Jenna.
Absolutely.
All right. Item number 11.
It's easy to get out of order.
Item number 11 on the agenda is to consider approval of Victoria County Animal Services May 2026 donation report, which is Resolution 2026-068, and take appropriate action. That looks to be, what do we have here? Some in-kind donations,
Yeah.
material donations, a lot of those, as well as a small cash donation, $70. We certainly appreciate all the donations that come into the Animal Services Department. We do operate best when we have the community support, and we're appreciative to have that. Do we have a motion to approve that item?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 12 is to consider approval of change order number 001 in the amount of $55,740 from Centurion Planning and Design LLC for the Victoria Regional Airport Air Traffic Control Tower Rehabilitation Project, and take appropriate action. Good morning, Lenny.
Good morning, Judge. This is actually an item of good news. Once the contractor came to the tower and was able to look at the particular project a little closer, they were able to adjust the quantities, which is really commendable of a contractor. And so they reduced the price. There was a change on the generator. The actual generator cost a little more. The one that they were going to put in the tower is discontinued. But even with all of that, we had a decrease of $55,740. So it's good for us. That money gets, in essence, set aside. And if we need to make a change order on the other side, we would use that money. As just to remind you, on this grant is a 100% grant for the tower. So about $2.2 million total. So that's what I had in front of you guys.
All right.
Very good.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you, Lenny.
Thank you, Lenny.
Thank you, Lenny.
Item 13 is to authorize to advertise a RFQ for a pool of historical architects June 14th, 2026 and June 24th, 2026 in connection with 1892 courthouse improvements, and take appropriate action. Good morning, Adrian.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning,
Good morning.
Commissioners.
Morning.
So as you just read, it is just that. So we're wanting to get an RFQ out to make a pool for historic architects, so that any job that comes up for any work, that we will be able to go to that pool and just request for them to provide us a proposal. And I'm wanting it to be a 3-year pool. So for 3 years, those architects that are qualified, any job that comes up, we would just reach out to them for proposal and then go from there, who has the best pricing. So that's what this is in regards to, just to give you a little more information on that.
Adrian, is this something that we're required to participate in with that group of architects? Is that something we choose to do?
It is something that we're going to be required to do, just because I know that any work that's going to be done on this building is probably going to be over 100, that $100 threshold.
Yeah.
So this will keep us in those requirements. So yes, it is required, and this will also just save time, just having that pool already of those qualified architects. So we
Okay.
don't have to go out for bid again. Instead, we already have a pool that are qualified, and we can just reach out to them for pricing.
And you said that's for a 3-year time period?
Yes, I would
Okay.
like for it to be a 3-year pool.
Move for approval.
Second.
Second, I think it's great, Adrian. Thank you. I mean, our commitment to keeping our historic courthouse restored and up to date is a lot. You know, we have some work we need to get done, and this really helps having, I think it's a great idea. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely want to shout out Adrian and the amount of work that she's put together for this pool. I just wanted to add a quick comment onto this to answer Commissioner Garcia, your question specifically. This helps us stay in compliance with Professional Services Procurement Act in that we are qualifying design professionals on the basis of qualifications. So this pool represents a broad strategy we're going to take moving forward, where we'll have pools established of qualified professionals of various design basis. So architecture services, historic architecture, engineering design, surveying, so on and so forth. Inclusion in those pools does not constitute a guarantee of work. It just allows us to know, hey, you are available to provide these services, and you're qualified to perform them in the state of Texas. And then when we have a job, as referenced in the agenda item 1892 courthouse improvements, it's part of the CO bond program. We will qualify the most qualified respondent in that pool, and we will enter into negotiations with that firm.
So all it indicates basically is that your name's in the hat if we need you, pretty much.
Correct,
Well-
yeah, they've been appropriately qualified.
Right. They've been vetted,
Correct.
qualified.
Yes, sir.
All right. Makes sense.
Thank you, guys. We need to vote on it.
I think we had a second.
Yes, we
All those
did.
in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you.
And number 14, consider the following regarding the sliding door project for the Victoria County Public Health Department, 205 Annex and 311 East Constitution Building. A is to authorize to advertise RFPs on June 17th and June 24th, and B, to appoint an evaluation committee to rank received proposals and determine the best value for the county.
You're back.
I know, I never left. So again, like, this is just another project that's coming out, and then just to your point before, Commissioner Garcia, like, yes, this is something that's required because this work will be over the $100,000 threshold, and so we'll have to bid this out. And then just note, like, that was already read, like, so it's for 3 locations just to get those sliding door project completed.
Move to approve.
Second.
All right, and then appointing the committee.
Oh, B is appointed committee, yeah.
Yes, so with this one, we're gonna be having evaluation criteria. And so right now, there are 4 evaluation committee members. And I believe that it's, supposed to be Commissioner Sexton, RMA, Avery, and, I can't think of who that 4th person is right now.
You're
I
not on
know.
the committee?
You're not on it?
What?
Sure, we'll put.
No, I
Indeed,
think-
why not?
I'm
I
on
think the 4th
committee.
person needs to be you, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
There you
Well,
go.
there we go. And I'm on the committee, so, and we'll just be going through those proposals as they come in and then evaluate them, and then as B states, picking who's the best value for the county.
Sounds good.
Okay. Works for me. Any further discussion on that?
Nope.
Okay.
Have we moved to approve? I approve if we haven't. Yeah, I approve A and B. I just said A earlier. Move to approve A and B.
Second.
Excuse me.
We have a motion and a second, and with B to appoint the committee of the individuals named. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you, ma'am.
Adrian. 15 is to receive the following from Spa Glass Contractors in connection with the Victoria County Mental and Behavioral Health Facility Project. A is a landscaping credit, B, a credit for internal drop, and C, builder's risk policy credit. Avery, what have we got here?
Morning, Judge and Commissioners again. So this is a follow-up. We had previously tried to receive these for the record, I believe last week or the week before. These are credits back to us for items that have either been negotiated or otherwise a change order back to the county. Just as a reminder, all of these line items will be reflected in the pay application. So the funds will stay within the project, but they are specifically earmarked basically as an owner's contingency line item. So should anything in the future reflect an owner specified change with Spalglass, these funds can be used to cover that dollar amount before it dips into our separate owner's contingency and our owner held funds. I want to go through and quickly give you dollar amounts for each of these credits. So for A, the landscaping credit, we were able to save some money in buyout from Spalglass with their subcontractor. That dollar amount for that credit is $37,000. For B, internal drop is essentially we're changing elevation going into a sanitary sewer manhole. The original plan specified an external drop structure, meaning the pipe goes to a deeper elevation outside of the manhole. This places the pipe inside of the manhole, which operationally creates a constraint. This is a normal width barrel on the manhole, so it's not really an issue for us operationally, but it does save us some money on the constructing end because we're not having to excavate and have trench shoring and everything associated with deeper excavation activities. The credit amount for that is $3,150. And then for C, this was the builder's insurance risk policy credit through, I guess, specific determination of wind classification and dropping the rating due to our location, which is appropriate given the wind load rating for our county. That credit amount was $93,254. The total credit for all three of these items is $133,404.
Good job.
So
Nice.
a non-insignificant chunk of change.
Move to receive.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye. Avery, what's it, I'm sorry.
Motion approved. Commissioner?
With the Leland Landformers doing the hydroseeding, that's included in this?
The hydro seed for the project
Yes.
is, included in
It was in there?
Mhm.
I couldn't remember.
buyout. Yes, sir.
Okay, because I see it on here. Yeah, it's cool. I was just curious. That's important. Next.
Next is 16. Consider the following regarding the request for qualifications for new construction building commissioning services in connection with the Victoria County Mental and Behavioral Health Facility project and take appropriate action. A is to receive the statement of qualifications results and scoring tabulation. B, receive recommendation to award Tom Green and Company Engineers, Inc. And C, authorize negotiations with the awarded firm.
Thank you, Judge. You will see requests for qualifications a lot on this agenda and in future agendas, and every time you see that, that is hours of work that Adrian's putting together to put all this documentation together and to facilitate this process. So I can't say it enough, but thank you, Adrian, for putting all this stuff together. Specifically, we are receiving an SOQ for commissioning services for the mental and behavioral health facility. This is new building construction services for commissioning. And so this particular agent will work with our owner's representative and Spalglass. They will review new submittals for product data. So as they want to buy appliances, mechanical equipment, down to what type of pipe, valves, specific purchased items for the project, will receive product data that all has to be reviewed. So this particular firm has expertise in reviewing those types of submittals and then on through construction and then into post-construction occupancy. This particular firm will make sure that when we complete this project that everything fires up and works as designed. So the building automation system, the air handlers, scheduling, programming, everything works as intended and that we don't have issues. What I really want to specify and call out with this particular proposal under B with Tom Green and Company Engineers is that they plan to do a warranty follow-up. So after we've taken occupancy of the building, I believe it was in 10 months, after we've turned the building over to the county or our owner, operator, they will come back out and verify all of the things that they checked off on their checklist and ensure that everything continues to function. This is extremely important because when we buy off on this building, our construction schedule, we're going to be in December of 27. So it's going to be cold outside. We're going to be running the heaters. We're going to transition into the summer heat probably as early as February now. Hopefully it's later, March, April. But we'll seasonally change the scheduling on all these air handlers. And so it's important that they come back out and make sure that everything reacts as designed. So that's a neat little service that I think is really going to help us out as we finish this project. That being said, we scored, Adrian, I forget the total number of qualified respondents. It was that were, no, so we had, I think, 20 respondents, and then we,
Overwhelmingly surprised that we received 20 submissions.
Wow.
And
15 were qualified. So we scored 15 proposals on the basis of all the scoring criteria. We are receiving that scoring tabulation. The top 6, I believe, were provided, and then we should have dropped off the rest of the qualified for inclusion in the minutes. And then after scoring, the highest scored respondent was Tom Green and Company Engineers Incorporated. Staff would like to recommend award to them, and then ask for your approval to begin negotiations with that firm to get this contract in place.
Avery, how did you put the word out to get 20 people, 20 firms to respond? How does that happen?
Facebook?
So, no. Facebook for contractors. Bid Beacon is what we currently use. It's the software for procurement.
So once we're in there, they're looking.
They are. The other thing that we did was when we know that there are certain firms that have capabilities for a particular RFQ that we post, after we have posted the solicitation, we can give them what's called a courtesy notification. So we say, hey, we have this thing posted. We'd like to invite you to propose. Please see here. Here's the link. And so they're able, there's no additional information that they're given. They're just given a notification to go to the portal, pull the job or the proposal, and then if they would like to participate, they can. What I'd like to highlight is that we do this kind of thing for RFQs or RFPs all the time, depending on the contract, but the number of responses, I think, is clearly indicative of the fact that we put together a really well-done RFQ. We were very descriptive in exactly what we were looking for, and we spelled everything out to the T, and I think that gives contractors a lot of confidence, and engineering firms a lot of confidence in what they're planning to propose. And so not only do they have an idea if they want to be a part of this, but they see that we're a responsible owner. So,
Okay.
Good.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Avery.
Thanks, Avery.
Item 17, consider approval of authorization for A505 construction change order number 1 for the Texas Department of Agriculture Bloomington Sanitary Sewer Rehabilitation Project and take appropriate action. Good morning, Robin.
Good morning, Robin.
Judge and Commissioners. So this is our Precinct 1 project in Bloomington. It is currently underway. When we initially bid the project out, we were only able to do the base bid. Since then, we have been able to qualify the project as a community-wide project, which enabled us to add 2 sections to the project that needed rehabilitation as well. So this, there's no additional money on the county or the WCID's part necessary. This is just us taking advantage of the available grant funds to the best of our ability to provide those upgrades for the Bloomington residents.
All right.
Good deal. Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you, Robin.
Thank you, Robin.
Thanks. Item 18 is to consider approval of payment application number 24 to Forney Construction LLC in the amount of $366,871.41 in connection with the Citizens Medical Center ICU addition and renovation project. As far as I know, we are still on track for a completion ribbon cutting, I think the end of next month.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. So we are anxiously looking forward to that. And do we have a motion to approve item 18?
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 19 is to receive for the record a fully executed Resolution 2026-063, creating an economic development project between Victoria County and Texas A&M University Victoria. This we completed, was it 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I think so.
And this is, we're just receiving back the countersigned agreement from President Hardigree and This is for the records. Do we
Move to
have a,
receive.
Second.
and there it is, motion second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 20 is to consider approval of the following detention and residential contracts for the Victoria County Regional Juvenile Justice Center. A is with Brazoria County Detention and Residential, B Gonzales County Detention and Residential, and C Jefferson County Detention and Residential.
Move to approve.
Second, A through C.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. All right, item number 21 is to consider authorization to increase parcel costs for the tax collection services provided by the Victoria County Tax Assessor Collector's Office to local taxing entities and take appropriate action. Good morning, Madison.
Good morning.
Good morning, Madison.
So this is something that the tax assessor brought over to us, brought to our attention. So apparently, our previous parcel fees for tax collection services for local taxing entities has not been increased since about the 90s. So at this time, it is at 79 cents per parcel, and right now we are requesting to increase that to $1.26. So this has been reviewed by both the tax assessor as well as the auditor's office. I know Michelle created a matrix for that so that there are different areas that kind of go into that cost that we would be proposing. So any specific questions on the matrix itself would probably be better explained by Michelle.
This
Bringing that
is
to
the
y'all's
cost
attention.
increase for the entities that we collect taxes from.
Yes, sir,
Okay.
correct. And this would be per parcel,
Okay.
Okay, and that's,
$1.26 per parcel,
okay.
increasing from 79 cents.
Okay, and so the overall anticipated impact of this isn't too substantial, I think, when I,
No, sir, it's nothing that's too out there, no, sir.
okay, yeah. Well, I think that would get us closer to our costs on that, so
Move for approval.
if that's what the tax assessor is recommending, I'm supportive of that. I think we had a motion over here.
Yes, sir.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Michelle, anything additional? Okay,
Yep. And we'll work with them to make sure that each of those taxing entities are notified as well.
sure. Thank you, Madison. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 22 is to consider approval of a request for overtime payment to Claudia Penny for additional time worked during the May 15th, 2026 election and take appropriate action. Is that May 15th?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Was that when the election was? Maybe that was the day the overtime accrued? Okay. I don't think well, we'll just say the May election. Okay, so this is
It's the May 2nd.
Yeah, $144.25.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. I think normally that would be under personnel,
Yeah.
but that is fine. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. All right. Item number 23 is to consider approval of personnel changes, if any. I don't see any in my
Don't see
stack.
any.
Okay, then we will pass to number 24. Receive for the record discretionary fund budget amendments. I don't see any there either. 25 is to consider approval of 2026 budget amendments and take appropriate action. There are several of those, all of which are scanned into your agenda packets.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Our next item is a closed session. After that closed session on that one topic. We do plan to come out of closed session and pick up item number 27. But for the moment, we will go into closed session. Everyone is welcome to wait until we come back out of closed session if you choose to. If not, we'll see everybody back here next week. But for the moment, at 10:47 a.m., we will go into closed session to discuss personnel in various departments. and good over here. All right. We are coming out of closed session at 11:37 a.m.
Figured.
As promised, we're going to item 27, and that is to discuss and consider approval of reclassifications within the Victoria County Public Health Department, Victoria County Juvenile Justice Center, and Victoria County Engineering and Development, and take appropriate action. The specifics of that, Gianni, are what?
We are reclassifying the compliance officer in juvenile detention.
Okay.
Thanks, sorry.
Helps.
We'll start again. Reclassifying the compliance officer from a grade 9 to a grade 12 in the juvenile detention center. I will have a job description for the official minutes to give the clerk here in just a little bit. Similarly, for the public health department, we are reclassifying the community outreach coordinator from a current grade 3 to a grade 6 on the general plan. And then for engineering services, we're actually reclassifying an existing development coordinator position from a grade 9 to a grade 14 in that office. And then similarly, we are creating a new position, so this is the additional FTE of executive assistant for that department at a grade 7.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on that. Any discussion, further discussion?
Sure.
All right. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. All right, that is our only item of business we need to address now, and we will stand adjourned.